A lot of things, in many people's marriage, a lot of things are going on. In some families, in some marriage, a lot of issues, a lot of bulala, a lot of things, things are really happening. Most people aren't happy in the marriage again, you know. It may or may not be happening in your own marriage, but if you think yours is going well, thank God. Do you really want to know why some people marriage is working? Why you think theirs is different? Why you think God has created them differently? Why you think yours isn't working? Hello guys, good day and thank you for stopping by. If today is the very first time of coming to this channel, just click on that subscribe button there to subscribe. But well, this is Relationship and Talent Clinic with Lord. That's the name of the channel. So as I was saying, relationship or stroke marriage, this period isn't what it seems to do in the olden days. Even if we were not there in the olden days, we may not be there in the past days, past years, ancient days. But we read stories, we listen to stories, we read history, we do research, we do hear. Some all those old, those ones who think are ancient marriages, they are still, most of them are still existing now. What we say as our grandparents, our parents, you know, and it's still there to learn some lessons. We still have some marriage groups we listen to, counselors, educators, experts that we listen to. Aside all this, I've come to discover it just takes a simple thing for marriage to work. I'm telling you, I can't sit here as a relationship educator and lie to you. It takes just a little thing, just a little step you would take. Little thing, I'm going to mention it now, for your marriage to work perfectly. To be like those ones who jealous. As a matter of fact, not every marriage you jealous is as good as that you all you think is bad. But the way you showcase yourself, expression outside your home matters a lot. The way you express yourself with your partner while you are outside your home matters a lot. It tells a lot. So most of the times, those ones you see express much love out there, express much love on social media, express much love whenever you see them together in the presence of people, other parties, may not be what it seems at home. But what I call a good marriage is not a show of love outside. It's a show of love anywhere you are. In your home, this is where charity starts. Yes, the English people say charity starts from home. If you have a bitter marriage at home, I have a smiling marriage out there, it is fake. But that's not our business. Why I just brought up this is for you to know not everything you jealous outside, not all you tap from is as good as you think it is. So you keep tapping, I tap from your marriage. When you tap, you come to your home and first kata kata. Why? Because you're tapping something that isn't true. You're tapping from a fake something, a staged something, something that is put up. What you need to do for your marriage to work, it is just a very simple thing. Among other points, among other methods, among other strategies, it's just this little thing I'm going to mention. And I'm repeating little thing, right? And inside you you cannot wait. You're curious. You want to know this little thing. I'm keeping you in suspense, right? I keep saying little thing. Yes. Just this little thing you need to do. And boom, your marriage is the best. I was talking to someone. Before I mention this point, this method you need to adopt for your marriage to work for you to stop complaining, for you to stop arguing, for you to stop fighting, for you to stop having issues in your marriage, for you to stop bringing in third parties in your marriage. Just a simple and short method you need to apply, and boom, you have your marriage being a pose for every other marriage to come to emulate. But before then, let me give you this testimony. It took only silence. Do you know? I had a client. It took only silence for her own to work. So there are different methods you can take. I'm not talking about silence. I've talked about this before. That was the because sometimes when people come to tell you, when you look into what is going on in some marriages, when you know the cause of the problem in a particular marriage or relationship, when you know the cause of the problem, you know the method to take, you know the advice to give. You don't give same advice to every partner having issues in their marriages. So you don't give same advice. The reason why this particular couple are having problem in their marriage determines the advice you're gonna give. Yes, determines the kind of a method you want them to adopt. So it is not always same. If anybody comes here to tell you, for you to have peace in your marriage, everybody must do this. Yeah, there are some common methods every marriage partner must adopt. There are some common methods. That's the topic for another day. But like I said, there are special methods, special strategies as regards to the reason why your own marriage is having issues for a part. So it's not same in all the problems. So it's not every case brought to you, you issue same advice. Do you understand? It wants to rain, so I don't have a outside there on the zinc. So, like I said, my client's heart was soft with just silence because their own problem was too much talking. That was what was causing issues in her own marriage. Did you learn something? Do you now understand why I said the reason for your problem in your marriage determines the solution to the problem, determines the advice we give, determines the method and strategy you adopt. This particular person's issue was too much talking. The husband had issue with her responding to each talk that comes out of his mouth. Anything he says, she must respond. Any advice he brings, she must counter it. Anytime she sees him on call, she wants to attack. Like I said, I'm not here to talk about their own problem. But since the issue was too much talking, which the man didn't want, then the solution to that problem was silence. Now they are very good together. Can you imagine? The man has even got a car for her to say, thank you. I didn't know you could be this silent. You know, I didn't know you could be this quiet. I didn't know you could be this tolerable, right? Do you understand? That was that. But there's another one I want to say now. What I'm calling simple thing you can do to let your marriage work. I believe this particular one applies to every marriage, irrespective of the situation or the reason for your problem or the cause of the problem you have in your marriage. This particular solution I'm going to dish out now will help if you can adopt it. Nobody says you should be lying in your marriage. Nobody says you shouldn't be honest in your marriage. But you see, accepting black to be white in some cases at some point helps. Funny, right? Does it really sound like misleading you? No. I'm not saying when you say black, call it white. I mean, that is what makes most of those marriages you jealous. This is just the simple method, simple secret that makes it to work. In some cases, especially we women, in some cases, if you have that husband that has always said black is white, and when you say no, it is white, and he would never accept that black is white, and you keep arguing, you keep battling it, you keep fighting it, you keep arguing it, you keep attacking it, you make sure that it ends in your mouth. What you just need to do, and if it doesn't lead to fight, it leads to one issue or other that will cause problem between two of you. It would not end there. Instead of this problem to keep occurring in your marriage, instead of people to keep gathering for you and your partner that have once told yourself, I love you, instead of you to keep bringing third parties, your parents or family members in the family where that is supposed to make up of two, that is supposed to be made up of just two of you to sort out your matters together, to reason amicably. Instead of you to bring in third parties, bring your family members, washing your little in the public always. Why not always say, this is black? I said, no, it is white. No, this is black. What are you telling me? It is black. Oh, really? It's black. Do you know, by you accepting that black is white, not because you don't know the color of that material, but since saying it is white and agreeing with the last strength you've got would cause problem in your marriage. When you agree to white, it keeps your calling. Accept it is white. Even when you know it is white, it is black. Accept it is white. Some of them know what they are doing. At a point, you will see them begin to reason. Why is she not accepting that this is white instead of black? Really? And he knows that color of that material is black. And he keeps saying it's black, it's white. And now that you begin to accept that, yeah, it is white, and when you say it is white, that issue is forgotten. You are good together. You just together. You eat together. You do things together in one love. I am telling you, your love will go higher, stronger and stronger. And he has conscience. He would go in and sit at this topic and think about it. This is actually black. I call it white. She accepts it to be white because she wants peace to reign, right? He will come to tell you this is actually black. But if you accept it is white, it's because you want peace to reign. Henceforth, he will give you peace. And I am telling you, he would never call that black again. And henceforth, he starts recognizing that as white. This is an instance. I'm not sure that it is material that causes problem in some marriages. No, it's not material. It's not material. It's not the color of pen, color of item, color of something that causes issues. I use this as an instance. Yes. Do you know a couple were arguing over a pastor preaching? They argued over a pastor preaching. The pastor was preaching that you shouldn't ask for tithe. And the husband said, yes, it is true. Why would you ask for tithe? And the wife said, no, Bible says you should give 1/10. He said, wait, that was Old Testament. What would you? Argument ensued. Two of them were on top of their voices to the extent of trying to exchange, blows on each other. It kept happening. It kept reoccurring. Either the husband turned on that, it would cause issue between him and the wife. So when I heard about this, what I did was I called the wife. I told her, can you for once accept that it is okay, even when you know and believe in paying tithe? Can you accept the fact that your husband does not want that argument? I told her, the problem I see here, because you narrated, when I talked to him, he narrated as well. From what I pictured from what he was saying, he didn't want that argument. From when the husband narrated his own part of the story, from what I pictured there, he never wanted that argument that has always ensued between two of them. He never wanted it. So that is what I'm trying to explain here. Deep down in him, when I had a deep discussion with him, he knew and believed and accepted that it is not a bad thing to pay tithe. But the argument that this wife has always put up each time he mentions this was his problem. He said each time he said this pastor is right, people shouldn't be paying tithe. It is not in the Bible. And the wife wants to prove him wrong, does it. She was just doing it every day. And at the point that he said, no, I can't take this. Must I always come to that? They now started agreeing. Every time agreeing. And I told the wife, can you accept that? Yes, he's right. The pastor is right. Even if you don't say it is not good to pay tithe, yeah, that pastor is right. And that would cut short all the long story of argument, of gisting, from gisting to argument, start to preach to each other, argument ensues. You turn enemies of yourself because of a pastor that is somewhere preaching, which just have the record. Do you understand? That's what I mean by you can actually just accept that black is white for peace to reign in your marriage. When I told her this, she started accepting this. According to her, she said the next morning, the husband turned on that rather, and preaching. He said, yeah, you didn't have come to realize this is right. Pastor was don't that one. He said, you are you serious right now? Next again, same thing. Third one, the man now hugged him. Now you are my wife. Now you're attacking. You're beginning to understand what the husband did that. Since then, they have been so good together. To even shock you, do you know the man now talked to the wife and said, my dear wife, you are right. You are actually right. I've read the part of the Bible where God says you should pay 1/10. It could be Old Testament, but it is the same God that wrote both Old and New. I'm not preaching the Bible here. I'm telling you what caused issue and how it was resolved. Do you understand? Because this one has started to believe him, accept him saying it is not good to pay tithe. God didn't say that. He now begins to realize that maybe I should reason at her own side too. I should consider her own point too. Let me even look into her own point. She might be making sense. He now asked the wife, which portion of the Bible said that. She mentioned it. He went to read it. Henceforth, he began to accept that it is the fact that it is in the Bible. It's not causing issues again. He stopped playing that video. What am I trying to say? Don't stop arguing over things that you know that your partner would never accept. Not everything you argue. Some things you have to let it be the way he said it is. Even when he may not be right. When I say here, I mean in both sides. Sometimes husbands, you should also succumb to what the wife says is this. Instead of this argument to keep ensuing between two of you every time, people start gathering, keep gathering for two of you every time. You are the only married partners in that compound or wherever you stay, wherever you go. There are other partners there. Do you hear their voices? Why must it be only yours? So this simple secret would help you. That thing that causes argument, that causes quarrel. Probably the issue is that you never accepted the way your husband has said it should be, or your wife has said it should be. Remember, they said we should respect our husbands. Husbands, they are the head of the house. So just respect and say, oh, that is true. Even deep inside you. For me, I would say, okay, no problem. Oh, that, okay, I'm not going to pay tithe, but I'll pay my tithe. You won't stop me. But I cannot engage on fight with you. I can't keep arguing something every day. We'll keep having argument. We'll keep hearing our voices. But probably when you come out tomorrow outside to start playing, I say, is it one of those ones? They come outside to camouflage, show us fake love. When they not get inside, they start showing their talent. Do you understand? That's why I said sometimes you tap outside, around the way it is inside. You see? But that's not our business anyway. So this simple remedy helps. Try to accept things the way your partner thinks that it should be. Since it is not, some things are not important in your marriage. Yes. Like what this man is preaching and is not going to pay that. How important it is, how does it contribute to your marriage? Why not say yes, it's true, and let it be? Or let's want to talk about things that concerns your marriage. You know, things you want to cook for yourselves, things you want to, how you want to pay your bills, the kind of work two of you do, what you want to do to bring more income to the family. These are things you should argue on. And don't argue on it the way it should cause troubles. You can still succumb to any partner's advice that you know it is more important, that yes, more fruit, you know, that brings more returns to the family. Not things that are not in any way important to your marriage. That kind of argument, I can never engage on it. When I said, no, I said, okay, it's true. Yeah, it's true. It's okay. How does that, someone does not pay tithe or someone says it's good to pay tithe, how does it contribute to the happiness of my marriage? And I want to argue and turn enemy of ourselves because of such argument. So this is just the simple thing I have for us today. If you have your own contribution to, like I said, there are many things you can do for your marriage to flourish. So this simple secret, it works like magic. Just try it. This simple secret, it works like magic. Try it and thank me later. So that's all for this video. I want to open up in the comment section, contribute toward this topic as I see you again on my next video. And if you have not given this video a thumb up, please do share.